Yo, so back with another video. Been quiet for the past couple of weeks on videos because yeah, I've been doing loads of little bits, nothing really worth making a video about. And I've ordered parts, I've been waiting for bits and bobs to come in, and so on. So yeah, so we've had some deliveries, done some bits. I'll walk you through the little bits I've done. Again, not a huge amount, but just little bits. But yeah, so I've got that was sun pot, and I actually got a baffle kit for it. So it's just a simple sort of one for heavy cornering and heavy braking, just to stop the oil going too far. I'm actually making a batch of these soon, so these will be for sale, £25. Posted in the UK or postage overseas will be extra. But yeah, just a simple one, weld them in. So yeah, little gully underneath there if you can see. So the fuel pickup sits about there. Yeah, stops any slosh forward. Yeah, oil returns in. That was there anyway. I welded up some old ones properly that are done. So yeah, so that's ready to go back in, just needs cleaning. Got some AN10, so that is our oil return line, and I've got some fittings over there. So that's probably going to be a job on this video, is get the oil return line plumbed in. So that's good. Another big piece of the puzzle. Little reservoir pots. So you can figure out as I pull it out. Braided hoses and a little adjuster. Little aluminium plate. And then, boom, we have our pillowbox. So, gone for a forward facing one. Don't know if I've explained in the other video or not, but because of the way the sort of floor goes in the Corrado, it goes like this and then slants. You can't have these out the back because it would push the pedals all the way out to here. So you'd lose this much of the floor, and then the seat would be in the back basically, so it wouldn't work. So I've gone for a forward facing one. Picked this up second hand, which I'm pretty happy about. Off Facebook Marketplace. It's pretty good nick. I don't think it's really been used. You have a look at the pedals. They are literally, yeah. So it's pretty much brand new. Whether it might have been fitted, test fitted, but that's about it. So yeah, so that's good to go. Gonna need, well, it's not needing modifications, but obviously mine's cable operated, so gonna sort of put a fit in for a cable through there, and then the cable will come down here, and then it will hook around this bottom arm here. So then when I press on the throttle, it's quite hard to do and hold at the same time, but you can see I'll put it to, yeah, where is it? This arm here. So then it'll pull the cable basically. So yeah, and then clutch and whatnot. So now I have them, I can actually get them bolted in, and then I can weld the seat mounts in, and I can get the seat mounted, and yeah, big hurdle done and out of the way. As for other stuff, trying to think, let's have a look at the list on the wall. I did another list, I have ticked some things off. Let's have a look. So yeah, we got some baffle done, which I showed you. Oh yeah, boost pipes. So I pulled my finger out my ass and I finished the boost pipes. So these are now all 100% on. If you remember rightly, they were where I'd welded the alley. It kind of moved around a bit. It was just a bit short here. So what I did was got this one to fit, and then it ended up being that this one needed shortening by about 5mm. So I literally cut 5mm out of there, re-welded it on, and now we're nice, we're fitted nicely. I had to move the intercooler, moved over literally like 5mm, if that. So yeah, it's made a little bit more clearance down here. So yeah, that's good. Stripped that, used my mate's sandblaster cabinet, gave that a good clean and a good strip. Started mocking up the oil cooler. So I'm thinking there, if not there, maybe at an angle underneath, so it'll come off. I'll mount it off the intercooler, and it might just sit at an angle here, to be fair. That's what I'm thinking. So yeah, so that's that done. So I haven't ticked off oil cooler yet because it isn't actually on. Oh, belt. So put the alternator back on, did a bit of research, figured out what belt size I needed, ordered a belt. So we now have drive to everything on there, which is happy days. What else? So yeah, boost pipe, sump baffle, belt. So oil cooler in the process of doing. Loom, nope. Exhaust head studs is because that head has snapped off stud in it, so I need to replace one. But I'll do that when I whip everything off to do the gaskets. So head in and out gaskets. So that is the inlet gasket and manifold gasket. So here I have a little parcel. Well, parcel. So in here is exhaust gasket, lower inlet gasket, rocker cover gasket, and that's sump gasket. So that's all the gaskets I need to go on for the initial startup. So yeah, sump gasket will go on in a minute. I've got to clean the surfaces on both, then the sump gasket can go in. The rocker cover I have been playing with, so obviously this is a plastic one. I've gone to an aluminium one. One because I wanted to modify the aluminium one. Can't really modify a plastic one. So if you have a look at that one, and then we look over here at this one. So this is, I'll take those out of the way. Yeah, so this is the alley one. So as you can see, I smoothed off the lump on the left, smoothed off the lumps on the top. That is going to be my catch can, oil catch can outlet. Got a nice little billet oil filler. I got the original Volkswagen badge made up as well. I'm also having VR6, which is actually going to be VR6T and then the DHOC or whatever it is. So it'll kind of resemble the rocker cover, like the original plastic rocker cover, engine cover that goes in the middle. So I just finish it off nicely. So yeah, what I've done is I've machined a little nubbin on the back of there so I can drill a hole. Same with these, turned lips onto these and that one. So then it will sink in and I can weld it from underneath. And it will be a nice clean finish on top rather than having welds around the top. It will be clean underneath. So I'll do the same once I've positioned everything where I want it. And I've got this plate with a VR6T on. I can then just position it all where I want it. Drill a hole, push that down, weld it all from underneath. Happy days. So yeah, so it is Friday evening. Let me put you back in my stand. Yeah, so it's Friday evening. Gonna be down here for a couple of hours. First on the list is sump. I want to get the sump back on, so we're going to clean up the surface on the sump, clean the surface on the engine, and we'll get that back on. Sound. Cheers, guys. Sound. Right, guys. Took a little bit longer than I thought. Thought I'm just a pain in the ass to put that on by yourself. But sump is now on. Happy days. New gasket. She's on. So, we're all clean. Next is oil cooler. So, like you see, I've kind of mocked it up with a bit of tape. And yeah, what I'm going to do is come off here, weld a bracket off the bottom of the intercooler, and then out to here. Same on that side. Pretty simple. Do the job. Happy days. Ooh. Right, let's cut some metal, get the welder out, or on, and get some brackets tacked on. And yeah, go from there. So, cheers. Bye. Oh, wow, that was a horrible job. Upside down alley welding. I'm not very good at alley welding as it is. Learning upside down. I'm not going to show you because it's mank. So what I'm going to do is leave it for now because I don't want to take all the intercooler piping off and the intercooler off just to weld those brackets on. They're tacked in. It should be alright. So what I'll do, yeah, is I'll make it pretty without the camera rolling. No one will know, apart from everyone that watches this. Anyway, so those brackets are on. Bada boom. So what I'm going to do is I will slot these actual ones I've just welded on. I'll slot them so I've got a bit of movement around because it's not 100% straight. But if you see, there's a gig gap there. But we'll slot them, wiggle it around, tidy it all up, fully weld it on. Oil cooler is on. Yeah, happy days. Happy days. So what we'll do is we'll find my my little pen. Where's my pen? That's my whiteboard. My marker pen. Whiteboard pen. Hello. 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 Ah, god damn it. So my whiteboard markery pen's gone. So I can't cross shit out. Let's just so oil cooler. Gone. Done. Happy days. Right, what we're going to do now then is look at my list of other things. Oh yeah, so turbo return. What's the time? Oh, right. I'm going to put the pedal box in, have a look, see what it looks like, because I'm probably going to go home because it's getting late. But I will be back tomorrow to make more video. So yeah, let's have a look, see what this pedal box looks like in the car. Sound. Cheers. Yeah, so I went home last night. I did put the pedal box in and like roughly have a look where it's going to sit. Do need to make a plate, which I've got a template here. So like this will be folded along this edge here, and then it'll be a lot smaller. So I just used it to get that little shape. So yeah, you can kind of imagine it'll. If I can do it without looking it up. No, I can't. But yeah, so we'll do that. See how the little job's done. So yeah, oil cooler's on. Now I'm going to fit oil return. So over here. Got an old oil return from a previous setup kicking around, so we're going to use the 90 off this. And I've got a straight 90 to come out the bottom of the turbo. So you're going to whip this off, put on the straight fit in to the hose, run it round, measure it, cut it, put the 90 on, return done. Sound? Cheers. Sound. Right, that's done, guys. So, fuel return line's on. Oil, it's not fuel, dumbass. Oh, you're a bit blurry. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I hope not all of that clip was blurry. So yeah, we're in 10, and then what we're going to do is, let's see if you can see, we're going to run it along the chassis leg. I don't know if you can see through there, yeah. So we'll run that along the chassis leg with the wiring loom, because the wiring loom can come out the bulkhead in that corner where it is, which is there. And then we'll come down the bulkhead and to here, and then we'll run that oil line and that bit of engine loom, the harness, can run next to each other along the chassis leg. So it'll kind of be hidden, because you can't, when you're looking at it, you can't see any of this hose, and this will be hidden underneath that with it. And then I extended this loom on my old last setup because I fully tucked the loom in the chassis leg and everything. I ain't doing that again this time, not to the level I did it, but I am going to hide it a little bit. So it'll come out and then probably like sort of, yeah, follow the return line, and then the wiring loom will come along the subframe, front part of the subframe, and then we'll sit in here and then the rest of the loom will go. So yeah, that is, where are we? Oil return. Gone. Sorted. Right. So, what we're going to do is we're going to move away from engine side, because we do have what? So install loom, it's going to be one of the last things we do. Exhaust head studs, that'll be one of the last things we do when we rip the manifold off. And the gaskets obviously is when we put it all back together for the last time. So these three are going to be the last few things we do. So, fuel cell setup is done. Apart from, I want to rip it all apart, blow it all out, clean it all. I just need to finish welding one of the bungs a little bit. Yeah, so that is done as far as installed and ready to go and wired in, but it just needs cleaning. So we're going to say that's done. Again, that will be before we fire it up. Pedal box. We are, oh, fuel loom, look at that. I've done that. Pedal box. Right, so, as I was saying at the beginning, so I roughly put it in there last night before I went home. So it is going to sit like this, basically, but because of this uneven floor, so what I want to do is I'm going to put a make a plate. Oh, there's my hand. Make a plate that will sit over this groove. It'll come up slightly, put a fold in it so it's flat, and then it'll be welded along here, up and around there. And then with this, I can then, once this is in, obviously the throttle cable will come down through the bulkhead, go into there, and then the cable will come to here, like I said at the beginning of the video. And I can bolt it all down to that nice solid plate. So, what we need to do, here's one template I made, but the groove's a bit big, so I did redo it with this one. Which through. So it's a mixture of those two. I might be able to show you what I mean actually. Let's have a look. Because I folded this bit of cardboard. So as you can see, what I mean, so it's going to sit kind of like that, if you get my gist. And then the pedal box will sit and bolt to that, and then this bit, I'll probably fix this bit to the floor as well. So yeah, we need to make this. So I'm going to make it out of some 2mm steel, which I need to hunt through there and find. Probably got a bit. We'll get the folder out, fold a bit of 2mm steel. We'll be laughing, guys. We will be laughing. Pedal box will be in. Then we can go seat in. I can sit there and make car noises and pretend it's running. Happy days. Cheers, guys. that was a mission. But it's in. Pedal box is in. It's not fully, the plate I put in isn't fully welded yet, because I'm going to do that once it's back to a bare shell, but it's all tacked in place. I put a little foot plate on there just to see what it's like. I'm probably going to put like a little alley raised floor in this front half anyway, so that will sit with that. Yeah, she's we have a pedal box basically. Yeah, it was a mission, but we did it. Box it in both sides and at the back. It's bent, so that will be fully welded all the way around. I've only got a couple of screws in it at the moment, so yeah, it's nice. What I'm going to do is put a stud there, and like a big washer will fill that, so I can clamp it down at the back as well, so it'll be nice and solid there. Yeah, that looks pretty mean. So next is get the seat in. Now I got my seat mounts. Let's have a look. Let's put you up here. There you go. Cool. Right. Yeah. So 25mm bar. Then these. So the idea is that slots through there. Through. It's nice. It's tight. Which, to be fair, I don't mind. Because I want it to be tight so it doesn't wobble around the place while I'm making it in, putting it in. But that is probably a bit too tight. Where's the hammer? The hammer will do it, won't it? Hopefully then. No, I'll have to ream that hole out a little bit, which is fine. What about this one? Is this one the same? This one tweaked. Oh, that side isn't. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so you can see it slots onto there. Bolt, nut, seat sits on them. Now I've got these plates. So these will sit basically, yeah. So that will be welded onto the car. So it gives it a bit more area rather than just welding the tube. Then we'll weld around that, and then the seat will sit. Yeah, obviously that one's not on, but that's the idea. So what's the time? I'm gonna do a little bit, and then I'm going home. I might cut these tubes down and get those to fit. Sound. Cheers, guys. Yeah. So Sunday, come back down. Started mocking up the seats. I've done a few bits before I started recording, just because it was all boring. Trying to get everything in. So yeah, the seat is kind of in place where I want it. Well, it is in place where I want it. I moved this bracket over, so the rest of them are like that. This one I've moved over because it was hitting this lump, so it now clears that lump. Marked where the tube's going to go. Now I'm going to have to put a bit of an angle on them. So yeah, can you see down there? So I just need to recut the tubes because they're a little bit short and because of the angles. And then yeah, I fitted the door because I wasn't sure. Hang on, let me move this bit of tube because this is quite a wide seat at the top. So I was like, oh, I don't know if the door's going to shut, but it's going to be tight. But there's definitely space in there. You can see, so yeah, but it will be tight. That's fine. We don't care, do we? That don't bother us. But yeah, the window will shut. There'll be a bit of a gap between it. A couple of inches probably. Who knows? But yeah, so I can mess around and fiddle with it anyway because there's a lot of adjustment on those brackets and on the mounts that I've made. There's lots of movement. So yeah, that's what we're doing. I've modded these ones already, so these are the plates that the tube will go in. So on this right hand side, because there's that step, so these will sit flush on the step with the tube in, and then full size plates on the other side. I'll show you what I mean when I do it. So yeah, I'm going to take the seat out, cut some tube, get that right, and then we can tack it all in and hopefully have a seat mounted. Sound. Cheers, guys. Bye. Yeah, so cut that bit of recut the tube. Few little mods, but we are now nice and flush. So obviously these plates are going to be welded there and there, and then we're going to weld around there, and then we'll weld around there, weld around there, and same on the inside. As you can see, that one's going to need a bit of persuasion with the hammer to get into that groove. That one's mint there. Again, weld, 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 and then what we'll do is we'll take the seat off, and then I can fully weld all of that in. So yeah, what we'll do, guys, is get the camera set up over on the passenger seat. We'll get this all welded in. Sound? We are there. Look at that. Seat is in. It took a lot longer than I thought it was going to, but we're in. We have a pedal box. We have a steering wheel. Shifter. Little tower shifter. Handbrake needs to be somewhere. I don't know where. It's only going to be used for like, well, yeah, launch control and staging and whatnot. So that'll be a case of dead, blown up, kill the car. No, I'm joking. Right, guys, so that is done. I don't know what's next. I'm gonna have a cup of tea. I'll be back in a minute. Sound. Cheers. What's up, guys? So, I had a cup of tea. Had a think. I'm gonna leave the video there. I think there's enough for one episode, or for an episode. So, yeah, everything's cockpit-wise that I've got is all in. So, I'm very tempted to bite the bullet on a shifter and the roll cage and a hydro. I'm going to do some thinking about it tonight. Maybe I should just do it. So many money in it, earn more. Yeah, so we'll call it quits there. Next video will be throttle cable. Get that fitted. Need to rebuild the throttle body pieces. Put that back together. Put the throttle. Put the cable on. I've got to put the little bracket on the inlet manifold for the cable. And what else? Little jobs. Let's have a look. Pedal box. Just looking on the list. Let's have a look on the list. Look on the list is so we can go. Pedal box done. Install aluminum fit seat can go. Sweet. These we can't do. I'm gonna have to think. I'm gonna make a new list at home tonight. I'll have a good to sit down and a good think, and I'll make a new list tonight. Come down, we'll redo the list, and we'll start all over again. Sound? Anyway, cheers for watching, guys. Yeah, give us a like and a subscribe and all that jazz. Really helps me out. Cheers. See you later. Bye. Boo.